Hi, y'all. This is Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food, with yet another part three of the E words. I am so surprised, and I just stopped writing them down after a while. But there's a lot of things that work for us in our food plans and journeys with the letter E. I'm kind of surprised. So, do you have your cuppa? This is this is Vita Cup Genius Blend. Trying to get more wicked smart. Let's see what happens with it, right? So I hit strong on the Keurig button so it comes out as strong as can be. It's kind of fun. So here I am with you. We're doing this. We're doing it. We are doing this. Oh, don't make me have to grab Amy's fly swatter that she gave me a few years ago for Smackdowns. Remember those days? Smackdowns. Romper, Stomper, Bomper, Boo. Oh, yes, Miss Jean of Romper Room. And seriously, no lie, she was married to Bozo. They both had TV shows locally on Boston stations when I was growing up, and they were married to each other. Bozo and Miss Jean of Romper Room. Fun, huh? Anyway, so here we are, and we're back with the letter E until you understand it. And one of the things that I think a lot of us have had for keto and carnivore is expectations. And sometimes they are a little out of wonk, especially if we're older. We have expectations that younger people might get results from, but we haven't given ourselves, the real reality part of being older with our metabolisms. That, it's not just that we have older and slow metabolisms when we get to our age trying a new food plan that younger people have success with, but we've metabolically deranged our bodies from all the years of starving ourselves, overeating, all the different food plans, all the different crazy wacko diets that you don't even hear about anymore that we were all participating in, right? And so, they weren't really sane and sensible, and we always wanted the quick weight loss programs to do. And so we had unrealistic expectations for what was going to happen for us. And when we entered these programs, and slowly we get a little humbled by, yeah, we've been a lot of miles into the woods, and it's not like, suddenly all the trees are gone and we're in this sunny pasture with the, pretty flowers and the sun, coming streaming down on us. It's not that way at all. We have to do a lot of work once we start doing this program. It will be successful if you put in the effort, but if you don't put in the effort, your expectations are really out of whack because it's not going to happen the way that you want it to. So it's just reality. And if you have some success, sometimes the non-scale victories, NSV, you might see NSV in somebody's post or video, and you're going, what is an NSV? It's a non-scale victory, meaning that you're sleeping finally after years of having to take medication or or taking it and still not being able to sleep and all the other crazy things, right? So, or, maybe you're losing inches and not pounds, but we stamp our feet like the petulant Ms. Slick inside of me saying, I want more and I want it right now. Or I'm going to fold my arms, I'm going to pout, and I'm going to be, a total brat. And Goldilocks aren't brats. We are not brats. We want things. We're willing to do the work, the effort. We've got the energy from eating good foods, maybe some good veg, some good meat. And so with those things at hand, yes, my asparagus are sauteing, if you can hear the beep. I forgot to turn it off. And so, we do realize that every day, just put the day. See this square here, the screen? That's your day. So what can you do for today, right there, that's going to benefit you and your food journey and your outlook, right? Your expectations will get in line with it. You won't have crazy expectations for not doing anything and just sitting back and thinking, this is going to work. Sure. Because it works for those, those young people that do it. And I watch their videos and, they have a baby and tomorrow they're, back to being size 0 again. It's not going to work that way for us. And so a little bit of effort, use the energy that you get from this food plan for the effort to continue your food plan, right? I mean, it's so simple. Sometimes it's like talking to Ms. Obvious about it because we just, I don't know, we just get crazy about food and what should work. And, I've done this for a whole day and a half, and how come it hasn't worked yet? Yeah, that's back to the other video, Stuck on Stubborn, right? Okay, equal. It's not just a blue packet that you put in your coffee, no more, or your iced tea, no more. It's not healthy. We aren't equal to when we were younger and losing weight was a snap and, changing up things and we could get away with things. We aren't equal to what we were when we're 30. And just take that into account. Be gentle on yourself. Come on, you're still alive. You may have some meds you don't want to take anymore. May have some, sleep issues or constipation issues or aches and pain issues, but doing it day in, day out can take care of those things. Even insulin resistance can be changed up a little bit by doing the keto food plan or carnivore and being rather strict and structured about it. By strict and structured, for me, that means using the chronometer and really weighing and measuring what I'm having. I'm not having, these many vegetables and then not understanding why I'm not losing. There's still carbs in our veggies. You just have to be careful. Of course, the carbs that we don't want to have are the sugar and the grains and the seed oils. They might not have any carbs in them, but they're not good for us. And when you combine them with the sugar and the grains, yeah, it's just a power-packed, it's an extra roll. You don't want an extra roll, do you? An extra roll off the plate means an extra roll. Here, just thought of that. Events, another E word, another big E word in the summer, events. There's going to be tons of them, even if they are scaled down. You can still do food damage if there's only 10 of you at an event versus the 100 that you might have been used to. Sure, the events, a lot of them have been canceled or postponed, so you haven't had that. But just because you've been let out of the gate at the paddock doesn't mean that you can make up for it once you get to the event and there's all those things there. It's not like, on Monday I'll go back. I don't know about you people, but if I've been naughty for more than 2 days in a row, I'm going to have a bit of a struggle. I'm going to have a bit of withdrawal. I'm going to have a little bit of a tough time getting used to not having that item. And sometimes these 3-day events, going to visit somebody for 3 days or 7 or a little vacation, you can get a little bit naughty and it just seems like it's a little bit, but after 3 days, it's a habit. How come it takes 21 days to get rid of a habit and 3 days to get one? At least that's how it is in my life. So you have to be careful and mindful when you go to these events. You have to know that there's going to be things that are probably not on your food plan, girly or boy, that's you, Joe, and that you might have to go without. You might have to say, no, thank you. You might have to shake and quake and bake a little bit as you get past that huge trigger that makes you have a craving because you think that your body has missed it and it's time to replenish it with it. It's not. And you will feel so much better if you leave that event and you haven't had the naughty item. If you have had the naughty item and you've made tons of promises to yourself, that's tough, right? Because then the next day you have more of it. You have more withdrawal. You have the promise that you're supposed to keep to yourself. Maybe nobody else in the world knows that you had something naughty, or nobody in the keto community knows. And so, you get to the next day, let's hope it's not in your house, right? That's how I like to think about having naughty things. It's not in my world. And a lot of you have seen Greg's food and his candy, his pastries, cookies, goodies. And fortunately for me, I've learned how to squint. And then that's one. And then two, fortunately for me, none of them were ever on my even long list of things that I liked. So it is kind of funny that we're both sugar addicts and totally different menus that we would pull the sugar from. So fortunately, I'm lucky that way. But be careful of events. If you're going to allow yourself a treat, put it on your chronometer before you go, because it's there and you're saying you're having that treat. And put your menu in for the next day. If you're going to this like cookout or something like that on a Saturday, on Sunday, you go into your chronometer and all of the foods that you had planned or you are now going to plan for the day are there. And no other goodies, right? You're going right back to the eggs and the meat and the veggies and maybe berries, maybe a yogurt, maybe cottage cheese, maybe some butter. You're going right back to that. You're not having those goodies. You're not. You should see the stuff that I pick up for Uber Eats. There's Eats. There's an E. It's amazing. And when I pull into the window where people order, and I'll just say, Uber Eats for, Susie. And they'll say, come to the front window or something like that. And I'm staring, and if they haven't gotten to me for a while, I am staring at the menu. And it's like, they aren't serving salads anymore. They don't really have any they have black coffee. And that's the only way you're going to escape those places without damage. It's amazing. And I just, and when I go to Starbucks and I get these real pretty pinkish or green or whatever, concoctions that they make, $5, $6, $7, or $8, 5, 6, 7, or 800 calories. It's amazing to me. And there's also a smoothie place that I pick up a lot for too. But so, you need to be uber careful with your foods at the events and know what you're going to have the next day. And if it's written, when I coach somebody, I always ask that they send me what they're going to have to eat on Saturday, Friday night. That's their commitment to it. They've put it in the chronometer, they've screenshotted it, and they're sending it to me. That's their commitment that everything on that list is going to be there for me to see on Saturday. And on Saturday, that's just what they'll have. And there's some magic in it. It's like giving away your food to somebody else. You become accountable more than just on the paper. There's another set of eyes that knows if you put all those things on and then you go to somebody else's house and the whole menu changes, it changes, right? And so you don't want to get into trouble that way. It's just, I don't know, little mini protections, because we all know the tricks. We all know how we fooled ourselves, fooled others, fooled our chronometer, fooled our Jenny Craig, fooled our Weight Watchers people, fooled our even our food coaches. We've fooled a lot of people, and we don't want to do that anymore. That's game over. So if you're paying somebody, or you're paying big bucks to buy the good foods at like Whole Foods and, fancy schmancy places with the organic and the grass-fed and all that, stick to it. That's the treat. That's the treat, is having the wonderful foods, not having that over there which ceased working for you, which is why you're doing what you're doing today. Do you understand all the logic with that? So that's as far as we're getting today, just down to the events. But be careful. I care about you. I want you to be successes. And to me, at the end of the day, it's the habits. It's not what you put in your mouth. It's the habits that make you put that in your mouth. Justifying naughty things. Why? You know, it work through it. Figure we need to have the tools in our toolbox to help us with the naughty things because that's how we got into trouble. And we're here now today doing this because we don't want to get into trouble. It's September. Let's not like start this parade leading to, you know, well, I've been deprived all summer. They said I'd have a summer, but I didn't. So now I'm going to, no, boom, you know, be good to yourself, be kind to yourself, but don't forget honesty works too. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you the next time here. Pearls of Wisdom and Food with Sarah, also known as Goldilocks. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye for now.